34 Scottish Cups, 27 League Cups, 1 European Cup Winners' Cup. Where are we, guys? The home of Glasgow Rangers. Let's go for a stadium tour. Right guys, thanks very much for joining us. So we are with William, who's kindly joined us here. So William, thanks very much for joining us, man. Appreciate it. So William, first things first, what did you make of the game yesterday? Disappointing result?
Yeah, it was definitely a disappointing result, especially given obviously the buzz for the season before. We had a lot of new players come in, a lot of money was invested into the first team, so I think the fans were definitely expecting a lot more than what they got. It was a pretty grim performance, I think everyone would say that, but it's one of these ones, you take these things with a pinch of salt. It's our first game of the season. I can understand people's concerns and whatnot, but Rome wasn't built in a day. And we've got two very important games coming up this week, the midweek against in the Champions League qualifier and then in the league on Saturday, and those are two chances to put that right. Yeah, so
on that, with coming up into the Champions League qualifier, obviously it's always well known about the importance of European football at Ibrox, isn't it?
Of course.
If Rangers do progress into the group stages, what would you be hoping for as a Rangers fan? Do you expect them to go on to into the last 16, or is it consolidating third place so that European football continues after Christmas?
It's an interesting question, because obviously with European football it can be very unpredictable. I mean, nobody would have predicted that Rangers would have made a Europa League final a couple of seasons ago, and yet that happened as well. Obviously a lot of it depends on the group. For myself, I always like to see us play in Europe after Christmas, so for me, as long as we don't finish bottom of the group, we finish third or above, we get ourselves into and drop into the Europa League even, I think that would be a positive result for Europe this season.
Yeah, happy days. So the third question, obviously with Michael Beale obviously coming in after Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, he's now had time to sort of like rebuild his side, get the signings in that he wants. Are you behind Beale? Do you think he's the man to take Rangers forward?
I think time will tell. I think he had a very positive kind of closer to last season. Maybe went on a very good run in the league last season, but of course he came up very reactive on the trophy count, which never goes down well with the Rangers support. So I think this season is really, the pressure's on him now. There's no excuse anymore. He's been backed by the board really well. He's been given all the tools that he could possibly need to go and fight for a league title. So now it's on him to go and show us that he's the man for the job. Time will tell on that one, I think.
So obviously there's been some signings that have come in, money being spent, obviously players going out as well. Out of the signings that have been made, who are you really excited to see this season?
I think I'm excited to see more of Danilo. I was surprised actually that he didn't start at the weekend, but I suppose maybe a younger player maybe wanted to throw in the more experienced bodies for the first game. But I think Danilo looks a really exciting player. He had a really good record at Feyenoord. I think what he offers that maybe not a lot of the rest of the team offers is that technical ability, which we previously had from Ryan Kent obviously, but he was allowed to leave the club in the summer. So I think he's going to bring that kind of technical ability going forward, ball at the feet. He's going to be very strong, so he's the one I'm most excited for.
So if I was to ask you, what would represent a good season for Rangers this season, what would you say?
Well, a good season has to start with a league title win. Any good season starts with a league title win, so for me it's got to be the league title. If we can get ourselves a domestic cup or two along the way, that's fantastic. And then, as I said before, as long as we progress into Europe after Christmas, be it in the Champions League or in the Europa League, I'd be happy with that.
William, you have been an absolute superstar, my friend.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So guys, as you've just seen there, William's give his thoughts on the coming season for Rangers. Guys, please give us a like and subscribe. William, superstar, mate. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Some great players down here, aren't they? Football News UK fans, what's happening? So we have just come out of the stadium tour here at Ibrox. So to say I'm blown away by Ibrox would probably be the biggest understatement going. So us English fans, we kind of underestimate really what sort of a big club Rangers are, but the tradition, the history, the trophies won. It's ridiculous. So what we did was we went on the stadium tour. We did the famous marble staircase. We learnt all about, you know, the various disasters that Rangers have been through, all the great managers, and many of them there have been, all the great players that they had, and then we got the opportunity to actually walk through the tunnel also. So it was absolutely amazing, and it's been an absolutely brilliant experience for me and Sean. So what we're going to do now, we're going to try and get round and interview a couple of Rangers fans just to see what their thoughts are on the upcoming season. Disappointing result yesterday, of course, against Kilmarnock, but you know, the optimism still round Ibrox that they can end Celtic's dominance this season. So guys, stay tuned. Thank you so much for all your support, and we'll catch you soon. Cheers, guys.